The thousands of Ghanaians suffering from cataracts and corneal blindness remain in darkness as the country operates without a tissue bank or a legal framework to govern organ and tissue use. The pending human organ and tissue bill before Parliament has left hospitals dependent on imported tissues for eye transplants, even though they could be harvested locally if permitted by law. The Ophthalmological Society of Ghana believes the swift passage of the bill will transform eye care delivery. ChannelOne News' Desmond Salasiago has more.
Cataract remains the leading cause of blindness in Ghana, with limited surgical options compounded by the absence of a national tissue bank. Currently, only about 845 cataract surgeries are conducted annually, far below the 2,000 required to meet demand, leaving thousands, particularly in rural areas, without timely care and facing preventable blindness. Speaking at its 34th General and Scientific Meeting, the Ophthalmological Society of Ghana attributed the challenge to the lack of a regulatory framework for harvesting and managing human tissues. The society President Dr. Jifa Bella Oferiaje explained that most tissues for corneal transplants are imported despite the potential for local sourcing. She stressed that passing the human organ and tissue bill would make local harvesting possible and pave way for a national tissue bank to support eye surgery.
The cataract surgical rate for Ghana is 2,000 and we're still hovering around 845. So that we can increase our cataract surgical rates. This is because cataract is a leading cause of preventable blindness in Ghana and globally actually. And we know that cataract, no one needs to be blind from cataract because it is managed surgically. Management is very simple and it's by surgery. We also sought to push for the legislation for organ and tissue transplantation because corneal blindness is another cause of preventable blindness in Ghana, and because there's no legislation backing tissue, any form of tissue or organ transplant donation, then it means that all the corneal tissue that we need to save people from corneal blindness has to be imported into the country. Meanwhile, we will be able to harvest donor cornea here if the legislation were available.
The society is also urging more doctors to specialize in ophthalmology to address the nationwide shortage of specialists. Dr. Oferiaje said, while training is ongoing, many regions still lack adequate number of ophthalmologists, limiting access to eye care. With more specialists and stronger collaborations, she believes cataract surgeries can be scaled up to meet national demand.
So we are increasing the training of more ophthalmologists. In the past, we will graduate perhaps maybe 4 or 5 ophthalmologists in a year. This year we graduated 10 ophthalmologists. We want to encourage more medical officers to go into the ophthalmology subspecialty, and we are set to increase. We are ready to try to increase the number of ophthalmologists that enter the program here.
Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation and MP for Ningo Pram, Sam George, assured that government is working to position Ghana as a hub for tissue and organ banking. He added that as more institutions train eye specialists, the shortage is expected to ease in the coming years, giving more Ghanaians access to life-changing sight restoration.
For 2 years I've worked with the Ophthalmological Society of Ghana in trying to advance a legislation. It came to me as a private member's bill, but because of the cost element, we decided that government has to work on it. And currently it is clear to us that it's something that we need to do for the whole of Africa. There's nothing in West Africa, a tissue bank. And so having a tissue bank that will help us to be able to have not just for eyes, okay, but even to be able to have more organ banks kept in is something I will work on, because that's the only way we can grow this growing area and deal with the real critical challenges that our citizens face. Shortage is a real problem, but we've made great strides from when they started to where we are now. We have more ophthalmologists in the country, but I'm confident that even with more training institutions and facilities coming up now, we'll be able to train more ophthalmologists and have them in every region. Nobody should be deprived of ophthalmological care simply because of their geographical location.
Thousands of Ghanaians are losing their sight, corneal blindness and cataract, but experts say the solution lies in the passing of the human tissue and organ bill to establish a national tissue bank. Reporting for ChannelOne News, my name is Desmond Salasiago.